basically what feels lit at 25 can be really lonely at 45. The fourth one is something called hedonic. Hedonic adaptation and the single life illusion. So this psychological tendency is a psychological tendency to return to a baseline level of happiness, even after exciting or pleasurable events. It says that chasing pleasure, like hookups, fast money, flashy living, it feels good at first, but then it loses its thrill really fast, which leads to a lot of emptiness. Right. So basically, what feels lit at 25 can be really lonely at 45. And so a lot of joy, the real joy comes from the roots. It's almost, I compare it to starting a bonfire. If I want to start a bonfire, the quickest thing for me to think that would make sense, and a lot of you probably did this when you were kids. I used to go to summer camp, and I remember thinking, well, why would we use wood to start a fire when we could use paper, right? Well, if you start a fire with paper and no wood, it's going to burn really big and it's going to be really short, and then your paper is going to fizzle out and your fire is going to be gone. And so what you learn over time is you say, man, even though wood sucks, it's slow, it's boring, it's not as much fun to watch, it takes a lot more patience. I need to have some wood underneath that paper. Now I can use a little paper to get things started, but the paper does not sustain the fire. The paper starts the fire, it doesn't sustain it, right? But if you're talking about long-term sustained internal happiness, that doesn't come from the short-term paper related activities. It comes from the wood, right? So it has to come from something much, much deeper, more meaningful than that. So ultimately, what I would say is, according to this hedonic adaptation theory, what happens is a lot of young people seek happiness through these dopamine driven activities. And then they end up very lonely, very sad when they hit their 40s and their 50s, because then you start getting old and you're not trying to go out and sleep with everybody and go to every party. You become the old man at the club, and then you're like, man, I wish I had somebody to go home to. And so I would encourage you just to balance that. Okay, just find that balance, whatever that looks like for you.